just getting up or just getting out the door, we get it. Life in SoCal isn't always 9 to 5. That's why this morning team is going strong at the crack of dawn for you. Shauna, her forecast will tell you what to wear. Whit and Daniela, they'll break down all the morning's breaking news so nothing takes you by surprise. It's simple. You wake up, we'll open your eyes. Today in LA, now starting at 4 a.m. on NBC 4U.
Blog Talk Radio.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Coach on Fire Radio.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. You're tuning in to the Clarity Unplugged show by Mina. I'm so excited to be here hosting my first show. A little bit about me. I'm a busy mom of two, just venturing into the world of personal development, and I'm so excited to be here. Personal development has been part of my journey for quite a long time. My mom has been influence for me from a very young age, and we were always tried to be the best in everything we did. Even though I was blessed with quite a privileged life, I was quite unhappy in terms of the career path I had chosen, because I was until I wasn't sure which direction my life was going, until I had a brain tumor a couple of years ago, and that really woke me up to that. Why am I doing what I was doing? Just accepting that things do happen. And in terms, it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because it really woke me up to that. Okay, I was doing something I was really not happy, but I was still doing it. But opportunities just landed on my plate. So here I am hosting my first show. So do bear with me. I have my first guest, who is Lenja Faraguna, who is a clarity, a visibility campus coach for personal brand. She's from Slovenia, and she will talk about creating a world-changing personal brand via the new modern marketing. So I welcome Lenja on the show. Lenja, can you hear me? Do bear with me. I'm just trying to unmute her on the show. Hello? I think I'm having some difficulty unmuting her. So do bear with me. I think she's kind of, bear with me, I think she's kind of logged off again. We've asked her to log in. While she's logging in, just let me tell you a bit more about myself. I'm a chartered accountant by profession, and oh, she's on the line again. This is the first time hosting my show, so do bear with me. I am trying to click all the right buttons here. So I am a chartered accountant by profession. Even though I enjoyed that for quite a while, I was looking to do something different for myself for a really long time, about 8 years. But I was quite unclear in terms of which direction I wanted to go. Despite going on so many courses and trying different things, I was quite unclear, because I wasn't really being honest to myself. And like I said, until I was diagnosed with a brain tumor last year, it really pushed me to do that take that final step of what it is that I really want to do and why do I want to do. And that's when I really looked into myself. And I think she's back on the line. I'm trying to log her in. Hi, Lenja, can you hear me? It's a bit strange. I can't seem to connect her. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, sorry, Lenja. I was just trying to connect you, and I think I was pressing the wrong button here. It's okay. Now we have you on the line, and I was just introducing you a bit about myself. So we do have
hear
on
me
the
now?
show. Fine. Yes, I can hear you. It's crazy. I was just trying to see what was working and what was not working, and I'm just trying to do too many things at the same time. But I'm glad you're here now.
That's
so
fine.
Lenja,
Now we get to have late night tea.
Yes, we are. So I have Lenja Faraguna, right? Have I got your name correctly for a start?
Lenja Faraguna, yes.
Yes, Lenja Faraguna.
Yeah.
Great. I know what it's like to be called by the wrong name because I was talking to Michael the other day, the producer of the show, and he kept on calling me Mina, and I'm like, so after 30 minutes, I'm like, you know what, it just didn't feel right, so I had to tell him, by the way, Michael, my name is not Mina, it's Mina. Bless him.
I know.
So apologetic, but yes. Great. I'm glad you're here. So, Lenja, can you just tell me a bit about yourself? And let's talk about creating a world-changing personal brand via the new modern marketing.
Well, if people ask me to tell them about myself, I usually say I'm in the diamond business. And then they look at me strangely because they know I'm in marketing, branding, and business. And then I say, well, I believe that every person, every woman, man, every entrepreneur has a unique diamond in himself. A personal brand that is unique to him or her. And I am there for those entrepreneurs to maybe uncover their diamond or remind them of something unique they have. And I believe that they need to share it with the world and shine, upon themselves and at the same time upon other people. So in short, I'm in the diamond business.
You're in the diamond business, but you bring out the best in everybody. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, exactly.
Everybody has something special about them, and you just want to bring that out, right?
Exactly, because so many people, Mina, they have been doing their job for such a long time, and they keep forgetting why they have actually started it and what really, makes, like you said, like on this show, coach on fire, what puts them on fire. And then I go in and I talk to them like we are talking right now. So they tell me about why they started, what their values are, what their beliefs are, what they want to change or what legacy they want to leave behind. And then this is where we start uncovering their true, diamond and what they want to share with the world. Like you have just, said at the beginning that you have been trying to find what makes you shine so bright. And I think that, with these interviews, the Clarity Unplugged, by the way, I love the name, is, I think, what you're destined to do.
Yes, I mean, it's quite personal to me because it has been quite a journey for me in terms of finding myself. It's been nearly 8 years that I kind of knew that I'm quite unhappy with what I was doing, but I don't know, I was quite busy with my kids. I kind of, I probably didn't want to look inside myself, even though I tried different courses in between, but I don't know, something sort of stopped me, or maybe I wasn't asking the right questions myself, or maybe I wasn't clear even at that point, despite doing all those things, that this is the direction I want to go. And it's when I had that tumor a couple of years ago that really pushed me, and I'm thinking, okay, if it's where I'm going, then I need to be really clear that this is where I'm going. I need to really dig dig inside myself. And I'm so glad I have somebody who kind of really understand what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So, yeah, so tell me, how did your journey started? Like in terms of what were you doing before? And like, I know you.
Well,
yeah, go on. Sorry.
well, it happened that I was studying English literature and in grammar in Vienna, Austria, and then I got a scholarship for London, University of East London, and I knew that I didn't want to, dissect Shakespeare again. So I said, well, what can I do? And at that moment, I fell in love with a radio guy here in my country, and I somehow fell in love with radio, especially radio advertising. And then my mentor and I talked about what I could do. So, I started writing about my master's thesis about how to write a grammar of an effective radio ad, what needs to be inside the radio ad. And this is how I got into marketing. So I did my master's thesis about semiotics of radio advertising. And slowly from radio, I moved into general marketing per se, because I realized that the radio or any medium cannot help you if you don't know what you are trying to put across in any medium, right? What is your story? What is your message? So this is how I got into marketing, but I was a teacher. I was a professor of English first.
Okay, that's quite interesting. So I know you talk about the challenges you faced so far. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
I mean, what has been your biggest challenge so far?
Well, like you said, that with your brain tumor, right? You told me that it was kind of, you look at it as a blessing in disguise, Yes.
Yes.
And I think this is a wonderful and so needed attitude about life. And I think that we all have to look at everything bad that has happened to us as a blessing, as something that gave us a push. Well, I do not want all of us to get so many bad pushes in life, right? So that then we wake up and do something. For me, it was that my husband left after 10 years of marriage. From a Thursday to a Friday, he decided he doesn't love me anymore and he loves my friends. And this is where my big push happened, that I just completely, I sank about 1,000 miles beneath the surface. And it was a breakdown also business-wise. And, I gave myself a few months to get my breath back. And from then on, I realized that I was kind of hiding myself all that time. I put on a mask of being in a perfect relationship. I was being fake, and it had to stop. And I started first, what I did, as you said so many times, that you started working on yourself. And that was the biggest aha moment in my last 4 or 5 years, that I started working on myself to see where I am my biggest contraception. And I also had a big challenge in getting pregnant. I'm 40 years old, and, I couldn't get pregnant for 9 years. And at the end, I also realized that my biggest challenge was myself and my thoughts. And when I did a lot of intensive work on myself, everything changed. My brand just flew into the world, and pregnant after 4 months on working on myself. And now I have a beautiful baby boy who's 7 months and 8 days old.
Oh, bless him. I know. I kind of totally get you there, because I kind of look back and think things might not happen that way if I had not neglected myself. Because once I had kids, I kind of forgot myself in the process. I sometimes think everything was about them and about family. It was like was running like a maniac, and maybe it was like a